I just got back from my favorite event ever that exists called the Band Brothers Boot Camp. And I discovered something that I have been searching for answers for over a decade. I wasn't going to make this video because it's embarrassing and it is difficult. This is going to be a very difficult video for me to make, but I genuinely feel like I can't make any other video than this one. And so here goes. There's a video on my channel called Take Me Away. And this is going to be the part 2 to that because I wasn't fully honest in that video. And I didn't know that until now. So it was an intentional dishonesty. But the truth is, if I don't make a part 2 to that video, I'm being dishonest to myself and certainly to my channel. Well, this weekend, I fell back into some old ways of living. And I've always been curious about this. Like, why do I do these things? And one of them is that I just completely stopped taking care of myself. I didn't shower the entire weekend, didn't brush my teeth, nothing. And there's big reasons behind that in the lead up to this discovery that I found this weekend. I get sometimes just get in this place where I just don't take care of myself. One of the other big ones is I just don't take out my contacts. Like there's this, which is just awful. It's a miserable experience. It's like having lightning in your eyes when I don't do that because I have these very particular rigid gas permeable scleral contacts that really wreak havoc on your eyes. If you do not take them out, I mean, it's just havoc. It just feels awful. And I've always wondered why these particular behaviors keep coming back up in my life. And this weekend I discovered that that's the way that the past is trying to connect me to a memory. And that memory I found this weekend. It was revealed to me this weekend. And it was really, really hard to go through. In that video, Take Me Away, I talk about how I was out trying to catch crawdads and hanging out with my friends and everything like that. Back in my white trailer trash days of living, which I look back with much fondness. And what I didn't know is that I was, at the time in my life, being groomed by 2 older people. And I had no idea that this was happening. I don't know all the emotional reality around this yet. I haven't even gotten that far. But I do remember that there was a molestation incident that day, which is really, really embarrassing. And I feel a lot of shame around it, a lot of guilt, like it's my fault and all those different things. And this isn't to be a shocking video or whatever. This is just what's going on in my life in the last 72 hours. And I felt like I had to talk about it. I tried to make 5 different videos and I just could not do it. Like I just could not escape the fact that I felt like I had to talk about this. And I don't have all the details yet. I just have this sense about it. And then I see myself walking into a house with these 2 guys, and they don't exist anywhere else in my memory. And so, and then there is this really sinking feeling of disgust. I don't see the memory fully in my head, but I have this feeling and this understanding now like I've never had. It's like explained so much about my life. And it's hard. Like this is difficult stuff to go through. This is really difficult stuff for me to go through. I mean, I'm 41 years old now, and I'm not saying I'm a victim and all that type of stuff. I will never claim that moniker ever again. I am a victor, and I am somebody who, regardless of what comes up from my past, I will process it, I will heal through it, and I will be transformed by it. And so that really has been a wild revelation this weekend. I mean, I had no idea that these things happened to me. No idea at all. Yet I have so many years of my life that are just like blacked out. Like you'd be like a blackout drunk. That's my memory. Just like doesn't exist. I do not remember any of it. I've already shared all the stories I do remember here on this channel, and I want to make it clear that in my life, like how this has affected me is a tremendous amount of toxic shame, like stupendous amount of toxic shame. And that's where the self-loathing comes from. That's where the self-hatred comes from. That's where the random lack of self-care comes from. All of these things come from that real moment in my life. It's like wild. It's wild to think about how much trauma and abuse I went through at home, and then how I also had traumatic events like this happen in my life that I was completely unaware of. And yet, in this moment right now, I can gratefully say I am set free from that. It's incredible. Like, I've developed a methodology that enables me to travel back in time to memories and change what the meaning of those memories are, so that then they move from processing in my short-term memory and subconscious mind into long-term memory. And when I change the meaning of these memories, the level of transformative change as a person in me and in the other people I'm doing this work in is shockingly astounding. I got the privilege to do that with a new friend of mine this weekend, and it was just tremendous to just witness the transformational change in him as a person. And I am grateful that these memories don't need years to be processed anymore, or months or weeks in therapy for me to go through all this stuff and to understand all the little idiosyncrasies of what happened and why it happened, and all that stuff I think is important at a time when you're growing and you're fundamentally trying to be who you are, and you're trying to see everything that happened to you from a traumatic perspective. However, it gets incredibly draining on a long period of time to continually be doing Gestalt therapy and continually digging things up and going over them and over them, over and over them, over them again. And for me, what I discovered is that I've discovered a way to be able to go back and to be able to change the meaning of those memories, which is underneath our belief systems. It's like the soil of beliefs that I can have transformative change in. And for me, that's what I did this weekend. And it's really cool because I, for the first time in my life at 41 years old, have this genuine desire to just take care of my body and take care of me. That thing from my past was in the way in regards to what happened to me, whatever happened in that trailer when I was a kid, was in the way of me connecting with my body in this way where it's like, I want to take care of myself, and I want to value myself, and I want to be in a position where I don't not take care of myself. Like, it's a very strange moment and time for me this weekend, and this isn't what anybody gets at one of these events that I go to. This is just what happened to me. And it's not like a kumbaya session where I sat around and talked to anyone about it. This is just me with me, man. Out in the middle of nowhere in the woods, working through my life and trying to connect and trying to find a way to spend time on myself, spend time on me, connecting to me. And that's really, like, I would say the entire reason this channel can even exist, and I can be this radically honest, and I cannot have any fear about it or shame in the moment, because I have been given the permission to be me. And those events are an integral part of that in my life. I'm very, very grateful for them. And as far as this memory goes, the meaning of the memory fundamentally from an experiential level has been transformed and changed. And so I'm excited to see how this plays out in my life, Because what I've discovered through doing this work with others and with myself is that there's these ripple effects that happen where changing the meaning of one memory in somebody's subconscious mind will then fracture all of these other things that they're dealing with and struggling with. And then they'll find healing and transformational change in multiple other areas, which is really incredible. I mean, it's an incredible thing. And for me, I needed answers to questions, man, that didn't take years. I needed answers to questions in my life that didn't take months, that didn't send me into a shame spiral where I ceased to exist from the world for 6 months or my family, right? I needed a way to be able to process incredible wounding, suffering, and pain without it having to take a exceptionally long time in my life, because I'm a dad now and I'm a husband and I got responsibilities and I have to be a person that is true to myself while at the same time being authentic and genuine and present. And I don't want those things that happen in my life to have an impact on my family negatively anymore or ever. Most of the things I've talked about this channel, I've dealt with a long, long time ago, but this one is really, really fresh and new. And I just had to share it with y'all because I don't want to be the type of person that hides from my past or hides from things that happened to me. I'm the type of person that when I discover things that are new for me to deal with, I'm going to share them 100% of the time because I'm done hiding. I'm done hiding in life. I'm done playing pretend. I'm done being something I'm not. I'm just going to be who I am. And this one got me today. This one really, really gave me pause because I did not want to share this memory. I did not want to look into the lens and connect with people out there. I just want to share that if you've gone through an incident like this where something has happened to you, I just want to say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for the little precious human that you were, that somebody was so evil and vile, they took advantage of your preciousness and they took advantage of you as a human being. And I want you to know that you're loved and that you're important and that you're valuable. And discovering who you are doesn't come through blaming and hatred and malice and rage, which is wild because there's this moment where I had that desire for anger and malice and rage. And I know that leads me personally to destruction. So immediately I dealt with that, shifted that, released it to God and to beyond my understanding. And that helped me be able to remain who I am in spite of what I'm going through. So I want to encourage you that if you are going through these types of traumatic things in your life and you're looking at it all, take it one step at a time, one memory at a time. Don't put yourself in a position where you're exceptionally overwhelmed. Find a group and a community to talk to people about these things. Because the more that you get open and honest about them and the more people you share with, the more free you become when you've done the underlying work to change what it means to you. This weekend I shared everything about this, and how it's impacted my life, even the things I'm too ashamed to share about now. Right now, I shared with a group about 30 men that are my brothers in arms, that are truly some of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. And I knew that I had to share this thing and I didn't want to. But part of freedom in the healing journey is to share. If you hold all the things that happen to you in your life and you don't share and be open about them, it poisons your soul. It makes it so you don't want to be around people and isolate. And I think that's another big part of why 3 months, 6 months, 12 months at random, I'm isolating from everybody for 16 days. It used to be for 6 months. It used to be for a year. I just pull back and just stop talking to all my relationships. I think this is a big reason why it's that I I had this wounding in me, and it kept surfacing in my life, trying to say, do you have the courage to see me and see what I went through? Do you have the courage to walk with me into this memory, to find healing and hope and peace from what's been done to you? That's the message. That's the message of that part of my life, trying to connect and trying to open up and trying to be seen. And if you're going through these things right now, and it's fresh right now, what you're seeing, I just want you to know that you matter and you're important and you're cared for. And you don't have to hold this stuff in anymore. You need to find people that you can trust explicitly in your life, and tell somebody that's never going to judge you, criticize you, or shame you. If you can discover that connection with human beings, and you can find authentic people that truly want what's best for you, and truly have this platonic love in their heart for you, where they will listen and they will take time out of their life to suffer with you, and they will cry with you, and they will be in the moment and be lost in sadness with you, and then walk with you into wholeness. Those people exist, and they're all around you. You just have to be willing to search for them. Find them, find freedom, find peace. You only get one life. Living it in rage and resentment and self-hatred and self-loathing and all of these different things is yielding your life force to fantasy and things outside of your control. Or you're going to act on those things, and it's going to put you in a box for the rest of your life. Be a person that's in the pursuit of truth, so that your soul can be set free and your soul can be changed. And you don't have to take out your malice and rage and hatred and the pain that you experience inside of yourself on yourself anymore as a victim, or on the world anymore. You can find community. Search for it, find it, connect. That's what I did, and I'm being set free.